1111. Miss Fluffy Unicorn, thank you for that. Thank you for that raid. Yeah, I was just waiting for the designated time, but thank you for that raid. I really appreciate that. For anyone who doesn't know, I'm Spirit Spider. I do traditional comic art style here on Twitch. Thank you for stopping by. Some of my work over here. You're gonna have to give me just an extra second because the camera's not working. I'm here, you can see me. Camera's not working though. Yeah. Miss Fluffy Unicorn, what were you working on? Do you have any art tags you can show us, or are you just chilling on your stream? What was the goings on over there? Yeah, I know. There's a Pika and a Squirtle there, but there should be a Spirit Spider there too. Double raid. What's this? Oh, it's Omogan. Appreciate that. Hold on, the camera. Yeah. Hey Jenny, what's up? Let me fix my camera. My camera's not working. Sire's here too. Hey, what's up, Sire? Okay, there. Oh, okay, there we go. Ooh, I look very scarlet for some reason. There I am. Omogand, I saw that you were doing a little bit of the Turtles game and a little bit of Marvel Cosmic Invasion on your stream. I hope things went well. Hot streamers and hot art. You came to the right place, not Rage. I know, I'm looking very red. I don't usually look that incarnadine, we'll say. Honestly, nobody's here. Oh, youthful games? Yeah, I tried. Are you talking about me or Omogand? Yes, my painting, Miss Fluffy Unicorn, painting in your VOD? Painting in your VOD? What were you painting? If you want to share, feel free to share. If you have any links or socials you want to hook us up with, feel free to do so. And again, I appreciate that read. We're just about to get started here. Now that the microphone's working, now that the camera's working, we got some more inky art to finish up, and then we're going to color it with some alcohol markers. Lux Luxury Wagon, what's up? Yes, you can do that too, Miss Fluffy Unicorn. Absolutely. Yeah, there's a channel for that. Yeah, there's a channel for that. You feel free to do so. I believe you are in the Discord, right, Fluffy Unicorn? I got one of these for you, Lux, too, by the way. Venom Fiery Butt. Oh, you mean the symbiote? The symbiote. Yeah. You like that, don't you? Like the rotund belly button. I like it too. That's why I wanted to draw him. What are you kidding? Of course he does. Of course he has an Audi. Okay. So we were working on this right over here. It is the last thing we were doing before such a long and somewhat arduous weekend. We did get a little bit of art done on Friday, but this is what we were working on, I believe, last week sometime. Thank you for that Discord link there, Retro. Appreciate that, man. This is the last holdover that we need to get done. Currently, she's the villain from Princess Guinevere and the Jewel Raiders. Z-Bunker's here. Thank you for showing up, Z-Bunker. Excuse me. And I figured that what would be good for this one is we're going to attack her with the alcohol markers first and foremost, and then we'll maybe, if you're lucky, see a little bit of airbrush action. I think maybe we can fill in some of this background and dead space with a little bit of a purple, I'm thinking. A purplish or a greenish Q, something like that, something of that ilk. So that's, I think, what the game plan is for her. You see, is the camera working? Is the camera working? It is. Yeah, Princess Guinevere. No, it's not working. My hand is not showing up on the camera. It is. It's this one. There, now it's working. Okay. A Z bunker. I have 2 dual actions, and I believe I have 3 single action brushes that I use for different and varying projects. This one over here is and many of them have been gifted to me. That's why I have so many single action brushes. They're a little bit archaic, I suppose, by today's standards, but this is my vintage. I think it's a Model E. I'm not quite sure. Vintage Pache, which is a single action, of course. It's good, but it's really, really broad when you decide to use it for, really anything. I think that's just how single action is. That's how my older single action airbrushes are. But with this one over here, this one I'm able to get in a really nice, I don't want to call it a fine line, but definitely a finer spray. So, and it's feeling kind of. Springy's not springing. It is, yeah, it's a Pache. Old, it's an old one too. I think this one's from the 70s. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you can see it. Pache right there. Do you do any airbrushing, Fluffy Unicorn? Pache away, yeah. I got an old school Pache and a Binks, if you know what the Binks airbrush is like too. Nowadays though, Iwata seems to be like probably the most popular brand, I think. Iwata. The Jewel Riders. Sire, are you a fan of the Jewel Riders? I mean, because you're very, very. You seem to be the only one that kind of recognizes it. I think you're just fronting. But you know what? If you are, no hate. Not trying to buy more art stuff. I got you. It can get a little overwhelming trying to utilize everything you have. It's fun, but a little overwhelming for sure. And then there are those people who use 2, 3, 4 different mediums on one piece that they're doing, and I think here I am, little old me, just doing an ink project, a graphite project, and then I see other people that are just mixing everything all the time. New MMPR comic just dropped, and I'm considering my next comic run. What comic is it retro? Sarah says knowledgeable about many things. It sounds like a very, very you type of answer, Sire. And that's not a criticism, it's an observation. Knowledge, yeah. Okay, knowledge, yes. Well, there's plenty to learn, and I'm learning every day, especially when I do more art projects. Let me, before I get started, see if I can adjust a little bit of this light so that I don't look so starlit, so vermilion. let's move back over to this one right over here for a second. And it's really dark. That's kind of better. Okay, yeah, that's better, I think. Ah, now you can see me. Manga filter. Boom hasn't officially restarted and rebooted the OG story for the upcoming reboot show. Okay. It's a reboot of MMPR? I don't know. I don't know. That could be interesting, but another reboot, really? Catapache VL is nice. Well, probably my thinning. Okay, so you were pushing enamels through it. I personally don't use the enamel paints Z-Bunker. I just use... Where's a good one I can show you? These ones right over here. These ones right over here. And these are just water-based acrylics. And they work pretty well for what I need. I have found not all acrylics are created equal. Like, obviously, like this one's actually pre-thinned. And I like these ones more than these ones. Like, thinning can be kind of its own... It can be kind of its own hassle. But it's very dependent on what you need out of it. So, enamels are fun. I would probably hazard to do enamels with a brush if I was going to be doing enamel stuff. New suits. I haven't seen it retro. I'll check that out. See what that looks like. I mean, even like with this one right here, like even with this one, they say to thin it out at least a little bit. If you just straight up put this in there, it's gonna clog really quick. I don't know if y'all know what it's like using an airbrush and then you just get out like 2 spurts of air and then it immediately clogs up. Like, I've been there, I've done that. Hopefully I've learned from those experiences, but getting started using the airbrush was a lot of experimentation, trial and error, and it's a fussy, it's a finicky instrument. But it's very, very fun to use if you know how to use it. Stuck in ad hell. Okay, I gotcha. Yeah, retro, do it, man. Do it. Yeah. I'll check it out. I mean, I'm not necessarily excited for another MMPR reboot, but we'll see how it goes. New costumes, yay? I don't know. So it's like Tommy, Jason, Kimberly, Billy, Trini. Made great. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if you've seen it in the slideshow, but there is a Hawk Girl picture in the slideshow, and I did the clouds behind her in airbrush, which it's like one of those tips and tricks that you have to learn about if you're trying to like kind of boost your utilization of the tool. And after I learned how to do it, it was actually kind of fun. I was like, oh wow, there we go, boom, clouds, and it was actually kind of easy. So yeah, I do know what you're talking about. There's Z-Bunker. The Hawk Girl, no, not that one, Fluffy Unicorn. The legitimate Hawk Girl, I could say that. Yeah, I got you, Retro, I got you. Ooh. Okay, so anyway, one more thing before I get started here, but So this character, I don't have my cards. The cards that I used to, it was my reference to draw this picture. I didn't look her up online. I just went off of what I had in my hand, which was the card. So I don't have those cards with me right now, so I am gonna have to look up a reference just for the colors alone. So let me go ahead and grab those. Okay. See if I can find one that isn't super low resolution, so I can actually get some crispy lines on her. Lady Kale. Okay, good. Okay. All right. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're just gonna flat her out. Just put the regular flats on her for now. Nothing too fancy. You know what? I think we're gonna start with a kind of a dark pink. In a year, kind of a hard question. I've definitely been drawing more since I've been streaming. If I had to take a stab at it, I'd say, I don't know, like 30 to 40. Maybe that's too generous. I'm not sure. Hey, Slaz, what's up, dude? Working on a little bit of this character is called Lady Kale from Princess Guinevere. What you up to, Slaz? A Z-Bunker, yeah. I try to get, I mean, there's, like I said earlier, there's lots of pictures that I do that are like different kind of mediums, right? So it's such a broad question because I have different kinds of pictures. I have like comic pages, I have pinup pages, you know, spread across different forms of medium. So I have to think like, oh man, all of those combined, maybe 30 to 40? Maybe? I think if I'm really cooking, I can get like 3 like fully done pictures in a week. If I'm really cooking. Suddenly, no. Do you want them? I don't have a redeem yet. Do you want the glasses on? Glasses, no glasses. Oh, yeah. Doing more, and I will say though that like there are pictures that I think I can't stream because I need to, how do I say, basically just do on my own time because I want to sit down and really focus on it, not have to worry about streaming. So it's kind of like a give and take. Yeah, I think Slaz likes the glasses, but Slaz is also saying either. Here nor there. No, you're good. I wasn't really feeling it today. I mean, I can wear them. Slaz, what are you working on these days? I keep seeing your art over in Biscuits side of the Twitchosphere. Working on anything new, anything special, anything you're excited for, Slaz? Are you nothing new currently? Are you upset at all about the loss, the Australian loss to the Americans in the World Cup? Does anyone here care about the World Cup? I kind of wanted this to be a little bit more of a pinky, but we're just gonna keep going. Cold weather? Cold weather has made you lazy. Okay, well over here, it's pretty warm. It's getting warm. So I can't share in that sentiment. Cold weather. Didn't care? No, I gotcha, I gotcha. Okay, that's a good picture right there. Here, do you want me to put... I can put a reference for y'all if you want to see what she looks like. Tickets. I think I saw... Okay, so like the last World Cup was in Qatar, and I completely memory hold that. I completely forgot about that just because it was 2022. So it was during the COVID era. And I completely forgot about the Qatar World Cup. And I was looking at the ticket prices between the World Cup then and the World Cup now, and it's easy like $1,000 more just to go to like really any of the games, it looks like. People, you know what you I got sad because Korea got knocked out in the first round against Mexico, but it's like, oh, of course they did. I kind of figured it would happen, but I still watched pretty much the whole game. Oh, okay. Too bright? There we go. Okay, so this over here is going to be red, and the cape has to be more of a pinkish color, I think. This shouldn't take that long in hindsight. We'll see how long it takes. Now that Korea is out, I'm probably just going to be rooting for United States. Not really too much of the people I know is following the World Cup, but I always try to at least watch a little bit of it. I'm not too into soccer either, but I like to think that it's supposed to be a big deal. What kind of markers you got there, Slaz? Slaz again? Alcohol markers? I'm assuming. Oh, we got the Ohuhus. I got the gray tone set for the Ohuhus, and they work pretty good. Let me know how you like them, Slaz. we were just talking a little bit about art equipment too. Just a minute ago when Fluffy Unicorn was bringing up like getting all this different kinds of art equipment and whatnot. You know, I mean, there's even things like, for example, I have dry pastels and I have oil-based pastels, but I just never use them. I just got them because they were cheap. Like it's gonna be really, really rare if I'm using a pastel. But it just goes to show you just kind of end up buying more art equipment you don't need. Oh, yeah, definitely. I recommend that one. And if you can swing it, like try to get a cool gray and a warm gray set, so you don't just have just like the very basic neutral gray, which works fine, but you're gonna be able to do a lot more things with a warm and a cool set. Oh, did he? That boy has just been doing art ATCs. Almost like every stream now is ATC. And then the last day or like the last weekend of the month, he'll do his prompt night. But he's just been busting out the ATCs left and right. And see, like even these Copics, I've had these ones for so long that most of them have reached their expiration. And that's exactly why I got the Ohus, was that I used to use the Copic gray tones, but those ran out rather quick. And I remember specifically it was Inktober. Inktober used up. Jeez. I had 2 sets of gray tones and it used up like half of both of my sets, which is good. Like you're gonna be doing that for Inktober, but damn. So I needed a refill and I got the Ohus. I had a Prismacolor marker set that I used as my backup gray tones. A brush tip set. I mainly like the brush tip. The chisel tip is good for like big areas, personally. Better for big areas. Oh, really? Oh, see, so you're not the only one. Everyone likes using the brush tip a little bit more. See, it looks... The camera makes it look really bloody, but it's not that bloody in real life. Like the way that the ink is setting on that paper. Let's see, can I... That's a little bit better. You can kind of make it out. Yeah, there we go. The Black Widow pencil. I don't think I heard of that one. The last set of colored pencils I got was... They were soft lead Faber-Castells, and I got them on the cheapy cheap. And they work pretty good. I just don't get the chance to use them a whole lot. Black Widow? I don't think I'm not sure if I've ever heard of that brand. Is that... because I know you also do like, I don't know if I call them ATCs, but you do like really small, like usually anime style art. Is that what you're using, Slaz? The colored pencils and the alcohol markers? Polychromos. Yeah, the one I got, I don't know, is it here? It's kind of tucked away, yeah. The one I got were the black edition. The Faber-Castell black edition with the soft colored pencil lead on the inside. Alcohol markers, yeah, I gotcha. I get a little blendito. I got you. It was only 10 seconds, nice. See, even this one right now. I don't use this color very often, but I can tell it's trying to go out right now. I think we'll make it, just barely. Have you ever done that trick, Slaz? Speaking of which, have you ever done that trick where you just dump extra alcohol in the marker if it's going dry? Because I remember before buying another set of Ohuhus, the Gritones, a lot of videos online say that you can hack your pen or hack your marker by just dumping a little bit of extra alcohol in there. And for me, it worked for like a little bit, but it went out pretty quickly. So that just means that the pigment was basically all gone by the time I tried that trick. I don't know if you've ever tried it or not. Yeah, I kind of learned that. Because online they say that there's still a tiny bit of pigment left in the marker, but it's in, it's like soaked into the nib, but you just can't use it. So if you pour a little bit of alcohol in there, you're basically pushing that little extra bit out, and then that's it. It worked for 5 minutes, like I said. Hey, you're good, Retro. Thank you, man. Walk the dog. Okay, yeah, you're good, Retro. Have a good dinner, man. We'll be here. I might take a break. Well, actually, no. I was thinking about taking a break so I could go over some of the comics I was able to pick up over this weekend. I did manage to get some comic books over the weekend. And it's not new stuff either. We talking old. We going back in time. We got some old stuff. You talking about, like, so the only one of the more popular brands I think with that is the Karin, Karin, the Karin brand. And I've only just tested them out really quick, but they seem to work pretty good. But I think that's what you're talking about, right? It's just, if I remember right, just really, really thick, like very opaque. Very opaque, the acrylic markers. There we go, a little bit better, a little bit. Okay, and we got a little bit of purple. Actually, let's go with kind of a light blue. Yeah, we'll go. No, that's too bad. Okay. Actually, that should be a little bit more purple. But this is... Let's add a little bit of blue in there. I don't like how green that looks. Hey, Dave the Undead, what's up, fool? Just doing a little bit of blending on this evil queen. We're doing Lady Kale from Princess Guinevere and the Jewel Riders. But I hope you're doing well, Dave. Nice to see you in here. Esteliax? I hope I'm saying that right. Hello! Welcome in! I'm Superior Spider. I do traditional comic style art here on Twitch. I hope you're doing well. Esteliax, you caught me right in the middle of an alcohol marker session trying to do this Lady Kale from Princess Guinevere and the Jewel Riders. Hope you're doing well, Esteliax. Thank you for stopping by. There she is. Okay, we gotta work on the skin tone a little bit. Actually. Oh, Estelia. Alright. Alright, cool name. Estelia. I will say Estelia then. Alcohol markers specifically, Dave? They can be lots of fun. You know, they're great for this kind of style stuff where it's just like quick and easy, and you know, it's not like a painting where you have to sit there and render, blend. Like you can do some pretty good blending with this, with just the alcohol markers. Such a light purple too. What are you fooling around with these days, Dave? If it's not markers, what are you fiending on currently? Hey, Chance Draw's in here. What's up, fool? Just acrylic painting. Yeah. Really? You're doing acrylic paintings, but the alcohol markers freak you out? Dang. Chance Draws. What's up with you? What are you working on these days? Speaking of which, you're probably doing digital stuff, I think, right now, huh? The open acrylics, they take like 2 times. Yeah. I've seen those ones, Dave. Because I don't know if everyone knows, but acrylic just has plastic inside of it's just pigment, plastic, and then a binder. And because there's plastic particles inside of the paint, it tends to dry really, really fast. So I've seen additives that you can add into your acrylic paint so that it takes longer for it to set, and you can use that to mix and blend it more to your desire. Yeah, those golden acrylics. Yeah. Oh, you've been fiending on some DVD lately, huh? Well, damn. Isn't that ironic that Jason used to be like? I remember probably 4 or 5 years ago when Friday the 13th was like really, really popular, and then the game died, and then the same dev team did Texas Chainsaw, and then that also kind of went the way of the West, and now Jason's back in kind of the same style game. It's kind of silly, like it kind of like snake eating itself, back into the same game, same character. Transparent mediums like watercolor that stress you out. I don't fool around with watercolor. I mean, I'd like to, but it seems very well, obviously, like with anything, there's a learning curve, especially with watercolor. I don't have any watercolors here with me, and it just seems like it would be a little, I don't know, probably frustrating to just break into it. But I'm also sitting here, advertising, airbrushes, which like those can also be intimidating, and blah blah. So I guess it's kind of a matter of preference. Summer of 2017 was game being popular. Yes, Chance Trial. Yeah. See, it wasn't that long ago. 2017 was a while ago, but I guess 9 years ago, so that was kind of a while ago. But you remember. Doug, what's up? Alba, always be aesthetic. What's up, Doug? I hope you're doing well. Might have to actually draw Jason. I haven't drawn Jason. Man, it's been a while since I think I drew Jason. Yeah, it's been probably like 5 or 6 years or something. It's been a while. Easy, very easy character to draw. Fun too. Anyway. Doug, what are you doing? What are you fiending on right now? Playing more finals, maybe? Maybe more finals? I think I did. I was really busy this past weekend. I think I did see you very, very briefly on that stream, but I hope everything went well. Needless to say, I have not done a 14-hour stream yet. Oh, nice, dude. A bean salad. Those can be a little harsh, not gonna lie. Those like tricolor bean salads. I've been doing good, Happy to be back and trying to get done a little bit of art. I think last stream was last Friday. But big weekend, lots of traveling. Finally back. Went to a con with donuts. And now we back. We're finally back. Dazed donuts. Went to a con, got I did manage to pick up some comic bookery over there, so I might be showing that off later this stream. Maybe, we'll see. Yeah, it was good. It was very warm weather. I got a couple. I usually don't go to cons to get like celebrities or voice actors to sign stuff, but this con I did get some old school comic book guys to sign some things for me, so that was nice. And other than that, picked up a couple of merch items here and there, a couple of comic books here and there, but it was good. I didn't go to table, of course. Didn't table at this one. I probably should have, but maybe next time. I did, yeah, I did. There was actually, we were just talking about Jason just a second ago, and I did see a Jason over there. It was cool because he was hanging out with, it was a group of them, and they were all horror themed guys. There was Jason, there was Art the Clown, there was the Grabber from Black Phone, and one more, it was Michael Myers, and so they were all together, so everyone was taking pictures of them, and you know, the guy who was being Art, you know, he was acting like a fool the whole time. Yeah, that was good. And there was another one that I really liked, was Isaac Clarke from Dead Space. Someone showed up as Isaac Clarke, and it was a pretty cool cosplay. Okay, she's wearing... Okay, it's a very bright... Yeah, I know, right? Like, especially in the kind of weather that it was with the Isaac Clarke, he was covered from head to toe in like a couple of layers. So yes, with the armor, and it looked heavy. Very warm. He was keeping very warm. But no, that one was a pretty cool one to see. I will say not quite as much superhero style costumes. It's mainly anime. I'd say anime and like things from movies and TV, but not like, you know, it's a Comic Con, right? But not a whole lot of comic book superhero type people. Yeah. And Dead Space, love Dead Space. So I'm glad to see a little bit of representation. What about Doug? You used to do a little bit of cosplay on the side. It's been a while though, hasn't it? I think you've been a little too busy for that. Does anyone else like to cosplay here? Anyone into cosplay at all? Ooh, that's almost like too dark. Strong red? Yeah, we'll just use this one. Yeah, luxury wagon. What does that look like? Yeah, Lux. Hold on. Yeah. Yeah. Have a Kino. Maybe an unsung hero? One of the unsung heroes? He's the best one. I didn't get to meet him, but he was at a con. Oh man, like a few years back, he was at a con I did go to. And I think he was there with one of the other turtle actors or whatever. He was also in Surf Ninjas. He's been in a bunch of shit though, that actor. He's been in a bunch of stuff. Which is kind of funny because like he built up an entire acting career and identity around like martial arts and being a ninja, but he's actually Hispanic. Ernie Reyes Jr. Yeah. He's Filipino? Maybe he is. I didn't think he was Filipino. But now that he's aged a little bit more, I can see less of the Asian and more of the, I guess, Hispanic side of his like face. Same thing. Hispanic and Filipino. Hispanic or Filipino, you could say that. Hispanics last names, yes they do. All the Spanish came to the island and gave them all their last names, so they're all like... It sounds like lots of stereotype names like Gutierrez, Ramirez... maybe like Villalobos. They came, yeah, they came to the island all right. Yeah. He probably is Filipino. I guess I just saw him as an older man in the name Reyes, and he looked like he was more Hispanic to me. But now that I think about it, yeah, he probably was Filipino. I wouldn't doubt it if he told me. Oh, Simon Pegg showing up to him and Christopher Lloyd at a con or something. Slaz, that would have been cool. Christopher Lloyd is getting up there in age too. Paul DVD. Yeah, yeah. Supernova. And see, there's another thing. Like, if you go to a con and maybe you want, like, let's say 2 signatures, you're gonna spend like anywhere from probably like 60 to like easy 60 to 120 bucks on 2 signatures, depending on who they are, right? Like, getting things signed gets expensive really, really fast. I mean, it was kind of expensive for me just to get like comic books signed by comic book guys. The Comic-Con of Perth. All right, so it's the Perth Comic-Con then. Oh, you know what? Oh, that's weird. I kind of didn't notice she has black hair. I didn't see her have black hair in the cards. She has like long black hair. Should I add that? I feel like I really should add that now. Yeah. Excuse me. That's more if you also want a photo. Absolutely. Photo and signature. 1 selfie, 1 signature. Well, no. Like when I drew this, when I came up with this, I didn't. But maybe I mistook her hair for shadow, like a shadow in the background, because the picture I was using was about this big. It was from a card pack, so I guess I just didn't see the hair as it being hair, because there was nothing to tell me that it was her hair. It was just a black blob. So I guess I mistook it. Deborah Ann Wool and Anthony Stahlhammer. Hey, nice. Yeah, those are going to be expensive. I can see those ones being really expensive, man. Oh, Toph. Nice. I have met, you know who... It's kind of probably a dumb question to y'all. Y'all know Azula, right? From Avatar? Her VA. I got to meet her. That VA. Yeah. She was pretty cool. Very energetic. Very energetic. Okay, so I probably... You know what? She almost looks better without the hair, but I feel like I really have to add it now that I see that it's hair. Let me just add this real quick. Just keep on keeping on. Yeah? That's her name, right? Great Delisle. Delisle. Yeah, yeah. Is that her name? And I really don't have a light purple. Too dark. Okay, so who's she been? I might know her. I might know some of the roles she's had. You know what? I might have to use... Give me 1 second. Nom, Slaz. I couldn't help you with that one. Dope. Oh, Nom. Okay, alright. I think everyone knows Bulma, but I probably wouldn't know how she sounds like just by you saying that. Here are the pencils that I was talking about earlier. I think I'm just going to use these to get that very light, kind of bluish, purplish eyeshadow she's wearing. She needs it, but I don't have a really light purple and I don't want to ruin it. Okay, yeah, I gotcha. Nami, she was probably at the con I was at. They had a bunch of VAs there, a bunch of them. I know the VA for Usopp was there. Slaz, will you be attending in cosplay? Can't afford. Don't just no, you're good, you're good. I'm just messing. Who they playing, Geese? And thank you for showing up, man. Appreciate that. Their last game did not go very well. Who are they playing this time? Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Oh, yeah, Slice, that'd be sick, man. Borderlands Psycho, everyone would know who you are, too. Korean lug buff. Here's your Korean lug buff. Yeah, I wish you luck, Geese. Oh, Jordan? Alright, I got you. It's nice that Algeria even gets a second game because I don't even think Korea gets a second game. I think they're out. They are out. Damn, that is dark. Are they playing tomorrow? I know their last game was Australia, but that was this past Friday. I didn't know when their next game was. No, you're good. Enjoy it, Geese. Have fun, man. Oh, everyone gets 3? Nice. Ooh. Nice. We're in it, baby. We still in it, baby. I thought it was based off of points. How many points you have in your bracket. But I think you know a little bit more about it than me, Geese. Thursday, alright, you good, man, you good. I really think this could use a little bit more. It's really dark. It should be a lighter purple, but I don't have a lighter purple, so we're just gonna have to be fine with this one. Denmark. Whoa, Denmark, huh? I remember, like, oh my goodness, I think it was like probably over 10 years ago, there was a World Cup that North Korea was playing. And specifically, I think the first game they had was like a powerhouse. It was either against Brazil or Argentina, and they had like 8 goals scored on them or something. Hey, what's up, Retro? Denmark in the World Cup, though? You'd think they'd have a team, but there's some really, really small countries out there that have a team playing this year. But I guess the Danish team just couldn't cut the mustard. Oh, okay, I gotcha. Yeah, chances are I was hanging out. All right, let me get one of these real quick. Grab some water real quick. All right, retro. That's not what I was going for. Chaser for the hydration. Damn, dude, really? Give me a second, man. One. I'm back. I need that ENIAC tool to show up though. I have some comment questions. I have some comment questions too. It's been a cool minute since our boy ENIAC was in here. I hope he's doing all right. Take that down. Okay, and while I'm here, I am going to throw up a reference of the character we're drawing just so people who aren't familiar with her know what she's supposed to look like so that they too have a reference. So I'm going to throw a reference of her up in just a second. Hey, no, you don't gotta stream to drop a follow. Follows are free, man. It's all good. And a lot of these, let me get a reference for y'all. Grabbing that real quick. Ooh, I think this is, well, can you even see her? A lot of these are web page files. Give me a second. A new tablet to shower. Tablet to shower with. Yeah, 100K. Okay. I have no idea what that is, Retro. Chance, dropping a surprise Street Fighter stream on everyone. Like, you should do that, man. Show us some of those skills you keep talking about. Okay, I think I got it. There you go. Now you can see what she looks like. And, well... she reversed. Weird. Okay, where am I? I am right... right here. All right, retro. Why do people keep calling me that? Damn. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Redeem. I don't know why you acting crazy. It's a Monday, but thank you for the redeem, man. Cheers. Cheers, people. All right, now hydration. No, I think I needed to do it in that order. I cheated at hydration. Okay, so let's press on with her. What's up, me? Okay, we need to make this cape a little bit more red. Okay, so we're gonna keep those parts brown. So let's go over this with a brown real quick. These I want to look a little bit more like a some kind of organic material that got turned into armor. So we'll keep this a very warm brown. Oh, nice, man. We'll have to get together one of these days here soon and make the addendum so I can find out exactly where it is in the breakdowns, man. Oh, dang, that's a short playlist. Hold on. Let's go over to...
My wife.
Oh, yeah, you told me about that one, Retro. Yeah, you're good, man. You told me about that one. Okay, I got you. We'll be able to work that in somewhere. Hey, expansions art. Hello, man. What's up? No, I gotcha. It's kind of it's all about retro. It's all about evoking the right mood and the right tone. So I understand what you're trying to do. I dig it. Expansions art. What? What are you currently artistically expanding on right now? Are you fiending on anything? Do you got any art projects you're working on? Or maybe you already told me. I'm not quite sure. What are you up to these days, expansions art? Ooh, doing charcoal. Man, I feel like we've talked about every medium in this one stream at this point. We've talked about painting, talked about acrylic painting, we've talked about watercolors, we've obviously talked about airbrush. I mentioned my pastels earlier, my dry and my oils. And now we got someone coming in here talking about charcoal. We've talked about everything at this point. I hope it's going well. Charcoal's fun because obviously you get to practice high contrast two-tone artwork. It's been a while since I used my charcoal sticks. Are you using the compressed sticks, or are you using the actual like wispy ones? Man, I can't remember what those really like light ones are. You have basically the actual charcoal pieces, and then the compressed ones that are like they're almost like it's like a giant crayon almost, but they're very, very like compact. Almost a little too hard depending on what you're using them on. But I hope all the charcoal adventuring is going well. Going well. The vine, yeah, the vine and the willow, yeah. Yes. The willow charcoal. So that's what I'm trying to remember. And then of course you can even get, specifically for charcoal, it's really nice if you have like gray, if you already have like gray tone paper, that's really fun. Or if you have newsprint, if you have some extra newsprint, that's also really fun for charcoal. Coloring's looking good. Hey, thank you. It's just, so that character over there, that's who we're doing. And this is something we started last week. We're just finishing it up for now. So we're using alcohol markers on this thing. And then when I'm done, we're gonna try and bust out a little bit of airbrush action on her. So, but it looks like the trigger isn't really triggering. So I might have to take that one apart or use a different airbrush. I have multiple airbrushes. Airbrush is really, see, like rather than use my markers to fill out the background, especially if it's like, let's just say a color or a gradient color, it's a lot more, I think it's more fun for me if I just use my airbrush and I just go psh, 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 and then I'm very, very easily and able to put in the color background without wasting just a ton of ink from my markers, right? Because these can get expensive too. You want to be somewhat economic with them, huh? Whenever you can. The Copics, yeah. And even like these ones, these are the smaller Copics and they work great, but like I was saying earlier, I've had them for so long that it's just kind of reached that natural end point in their life where a lot of them want to dry up. So I recently got a newer pack of Ohuhus and I've been using those a lot lately and those pretty good. Breaking Bread, thank you for the Nicolas Cage. Breaking Bread following. Excellent name. Now we can break bread. Get less for your sketchbook. Okay, I got you. Water-based markers. What brand is that you're using for the water-based markers? You're learning a lot, Breaking Bread. Oh well, cool. If I can help you with a tip or a trick or some kind of artistic tool education, feel free to ask. Thank you for showing up. I mainly do traditional comic style art, line art here on Twitch. I do like to fool around with digital, but I actually like to mainly do coloring when I do digital. I like line art when it's more on paper. What I'll do is I'll actually scan my line art and then I'll color that digitally, like if I want to, but, which is a whole different artistic process in and of itself, but fun in its own way, rewarding in its own way. The Ohuhu, it's the Poupe, the water marker set, the Ohuhu water marker set. I don't think I've seen that one. I've seen a lot of, I've only seen the alcohol marker sets, the varying sets, but I don't think I've seen the water markers. Are those the refillable ones? I gotta ask. Yeah, I agree with that, Breaking Bread. Although not to criticize it, but I have seen that because a lot of digital tools exist, it's created a very different art culture, basically, within the artistic, realm of people that are here. I will say that it's kind of created a sense of impermanence with art because there's so much manipulation that you can do with artistic tools, right? It almost means like you can morph and blend and blur like really anything until it looks absolutely perfect. And I can't tell you how many, streams I've seen where there's a digital artist and just, like trying to even just do one line and I'll see him control Z that line like 5 times until he's happy with that one line. So it's and it's not to trash on digital art, but it's just created a very different, I think, artistic culture, which is interesting to me. They're not refillable ones. Okay, I gotcha. Are you using the right paper expansions art? You're probably using the mixed media paper, right? The really thick stuff. You were talking about seepage. Definitely a lot of learning from your mistakes. I've done a lot of that, right? I usually like to stick all my efforts into trying to do traditional, but I like to fool around with digital when I can. When I kind of get the urge. Hold on, let's restart the playlist. But yeah, definitely like part of the mistakes, letting the mistakes not necessarily fester, but just kind of help you grow. It's definitely part of the process. I think it used to be more of the process, but like I said, the impermanence factor has just shot up. Got ads on the music, and we're just gonna replay the same playlist. Boom. Okay. We have, yeah, I know, right? Happy little accidents. I've said that before too, right? And you know, there have also been those times where it's like, oh man, why did I do that? Like, and I know it's a mistake, and there's no covering it up or anything, but lots of learning in a different way, I suppose, you know. And everyone everyone learns in a different way. You know, there are people that are more inclined to learning with visual aids, that are more inclined to just, you know, reading out of a book. But if we're talking about art, you know, even with something as subjective and sometimes nebulous as art, I absolutely believe that people learn in different ways with art. So as a matter of preference goes, if you learn more by doing digital, do digital. If you learn more by doing traditional, do traditional. But by no means let it be your limitation, right? Glitter, what's up? Choosing his half push. We're just chilling right now, Glitter. What are you up to these days? What are you doing right now? Just chilling, big chilling, little chilling, somewhere in between. Trying to get a little bit more artwork done on this picture we started last week. Yeah, just chilling. We're breaking bread right now, just talking about art process, blabbing, doing a little bit of casual blabbing. I hope you had a good weekend. Hope everyone had a good weekend. Eventually, when I get done with this, I'll start maybe showing off some comic books. Because I did get some Mo comic books. Breaking bread, yeah, jamming. Lady Kale from Princess Guinevere and the Jewel Riders. That's a character. And I've never seen the show. I don't know the show. I owe it nothing. It's just what was selected last Friday. Breaking bread. It's all fighting game music. It's all fighting game music. Oh, tracing the Pokemon. There's a Pikachu in my slideshow, and he looks like, someone told me that Pikachu looks like a feral Pikachu or like a rabid Pikachu, because I rendered it to look a little bit more realistic and not quite so cartoonish. And that was the part that really drew me into drawing Pikachu, was like, oh, okay, now I can make him look a little bit more like he has like fangs and claws instead of just these like stubby little hands. So that was like kind of the fun part for me. Yeah, it's up there somewhere. It's on random, so you might see it pop up. Yeah, that one's a little old, but that one was for that was Father's Day, I think 2 years ago. So literally on that same page, I have Homer and then Splinter from Ninja Turtles on the same page. Which is kind of ironic because we just had a Father's Day yesterday. Hope everyone had a good Father's Day. Whether you're a father or you have a father, I think you do. Hope it was a good Father's Day for everyone. A waterbender. Friends started your training, huh, Retro? You know, speaking of which, Glitter, the really old, I can't remember the artist, but the really old artist for, I think it was especially Gen 1 and Gen 2 for Pokemon, where he would really just draw with a really thin line and then just fill it out in just the lightest possible watercolor and leave a lot of white still on the actual drawing. And I see a lot of people even mimicking that art style too, if you remember that or know what I'm talking about. And that was the art style that you would see used officially by Nintendo on like the game cover boxes or like inside the manual. And of course some of the TCG cards, right? You'd see some of that part on the TCG cards. It's cool even seeing that artistic style being hearkened to back on these days even. People still remember that style and want to emulate it, which is pretty interesting. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Just really the most conservative amount of watercolor used on every Pokemon he drew, and then still plenty of white left on it, which almost made them look like they were all like almost overexposed in light. But it's a completely unmistakable style, a completely recognizable look. It's cool to think that all these years later, people still have very fond memories of it. But I would probably be very remiss to even attempt something like that. It's so out of my wheelhouse as far as what I know artistically. Okay, we're gonna do a little bit of blending on this cape. We're using this one. And then last, was it? It wasn't last Friday, but I think it was sometimes last week that we did this, but last Friday we did some Yu-Gi-Oh art, and people were talking to me on stream about Yu-Gi-Oh, and so we ended up drawing a Pot of Greed from the old Yu-Gi-Oh days. Someone's blending out. Hey, Erica, yeah, basically, right? Erica, how are you doing these days? I hope you're recovering well. Are you fiending on any artistic adventures lately? Maybe some more stitching, some more crochet style, maybe? Burn? Did you like Rise, Glitter Glitter? Did you like Evil Dead Rise? Excuse me. You did. It was a little dubious to me. I enjoyed it, but it felt like it was a little bit divorced from a lot of the Evil Dead lore and stuff that I'd already known. And I think it was a very, very fascinating movie, especially with the themes of maternity and it was such a female-oriented movie. I thought it was very entertaining. I think it just has a point of contention with it being set in the Evil Dead universe. It seemed like some of the lore seemed a little bit mushy. And them reading from the book and whatnot, it seemed like they were playing with the rules a little bit, but maybe I got to rewatch it. Doing good. I went back to just crocheting your sweater. All right. Well, I hope it was a good first day back at work, Erica. I'm sure no one knew what to do without you, right? Huh? Trying something different, yeah. I'll also say It's interesting that they're doing another Evil Dead movie that kind of centers on a more family, more filial element rather than maybe it just being focused on like the solo adventure or the doomed group of teenagers. Like it's about family once again. It's kind of interesting that they're following that trail. You were very missed. That's what you want to hear, right? That's what you want to hear. No, no, no. I think that was good. I think that was a very interesting and good call. Like I said, I liked how female oriented it was. I liked, you know what though, I will have to say, in comparison to that would be like the fourth Evil Dead movie, Evil Dead 2016. I like that one even more than Rise. I thought it was just very classic, solid, very tight. Yeah, yeah. I thought that one was very, very keen. Evil Dead. Tonally, completely different from Ash versus Evil Dead. Kind of that's kind of fun in its own way, but still part of the same I guess universe of things. If you want to say universe, right? The Evil Dead universe. Here, let me adjust the camera just a little bit. Hey, thank you for that one, Retro. Thank you for that one, Ming. Like Rise of the Resistance. I didn't finish it, Glitter Glitter. I only made it to... It's 3 seasons long. I got directly halfway. I got 1 season in and then a half in, so I didn't finish it. I will say, though, that at times they were probably a little heavy-handed with how goofball it was, but it was still good. It's, like I said, it's enjoyable in its own way. All the Evil Deads. I think my very first encounter with that stuff was when I was still just a boy and my uncle had a copy of Evil Dead 2 on tape, which was a point of endless fascination for my brother. And I've been a fan. I guess you could say I was a fan ever since. Kind of a nutty thing to watch as a kid, but I've enjoyed it for a long, long time. It's not my favorite cape. This looking a little bit too bloody, but we're slowly getting there. We're trying to rectify it a little bit. No, I got you. I got you. Incredible work as always, Slaz. Are you? I don't know. Are you just trying to butter me up a little bit? Appreciate it though. It's getting there slowly. I don't think it's amazing, but it's getting there. This was just something we did for fun, remember? Oh, you mean that? So when you've been when you've been blending alcohol markers for as long as I have, you kind of start to utilize the technique, you know? It's definitely a blending technique. Let's go up to this part of the cave. Let me turn a little bit of extra, maybe a little extra light on in here. Hold on. No, you know what else? Speaking of zombies and things of that ilk, new Resident Evil movie coming out by the same director who did it was Barbarian and Weapons, and the trailer looks awful nutty. But new Resident Evil, yay! It could be good. Definitely looks like another different take on something we already know, Resident Evil.
Aren't you about ready to go home now?
I know, right? Without Chris or Jill or Claire or Leon or anyone, I'm a gamer. I don't know if I'd call myself a gamer, but I've played Resident Evil 2 and 4, and I have the remake of 4. I like Resident Evil. I actually do play games on this stream sometimes, but it's not very often, and it'll probably just be like a retro game. The retro games are really easy to dissect and follow, you know? Yeah, I like Resident Evil. Capcom is pushing Resident Evil the way Call of Duty overproduce and underdeliver. I think, generally speaking, people liked 9, which just came out, Requiem. Oh, yeah, they got their charm for sure. Well, I'm still a pretty small streamer, so if someone just happens upon me and they see I'm playing something like easy to follow, like Contra. I used to play a lot more Contra or like Castlevania on the stream. Like you can very easily see what's happening. You know, it's not like you have to learn all these like nutty game mechanics to just watch the streamer. So I think that's kind of nice. So I try to stick with that mentality. Chancellor was like, as long as the bar is set low, so the only way to go is up, and I can completely understand that. I see where you're coming from. Okay, let's go another shade of the pinky. I think lots of people kind of understand I don't want to call it like the open secret, but like lots of people understand that she married the director that put her in what, like six different movies. And yeah, unironically prefer Leon in the other bad 2021 movie. I've only seen like bits and parts of that Leon, but I was so checked out at that point I didn't really care. I was when Resident Evil came out, I was kind of more in the underworld camp of things rather than the Mila Jovovich Resident Evil movies. They were just too different from what I already knew. There we go. Okay, yeah, there we go. I'm not sure if I will. I need to play. I need to play 7. Everyone says like between 7 and 8, play 7. I haven't played 7. I need to get my hands on that game, and then maybe I'll get my way to Requiem. And I'd like to play 5, but 5 is kind of more of a co-op game. But I don't know. That's kind of on the back burner, you know. Her pink shirt is a lot more eye-searing. It's a lot more brighter, more saturated. I don't want to put a red on it, but I feel like I have to. We can try this. Seven and 8 are the favorites. Wow, really? Damn. I hear the remake, Chance Draw, the remake is really short. Eight was fun to watch, visuals. The story and feel of 7. And see, like, I can get behind that. I like lots of people say it has like a very like kind of 1970s 1970s TCM kind of vibe, like Texas Chainsaw, where it all takes place in the one house, and there's the singular family that is central to the story. And oh yeah, that sounds very, very different. It sounds like Capcom trying to get back a little bit more into their roots at that time, and it went over pretty well. I just am continually told to play 7. Although I will say I'm bummed out no Leon, because I was kind of in the Leon camp of things, playing 2 and 4, and I was like, oh man, Ethan, who's Ethan? Who is this Ethan? Like good storytelling. Breakthrough Remake is like 5 hours long. They cut so much. Damn, it's only 5 hours long. It is a shorty. Damn. I'm back, shoddy. What's up, glitter? Did you get yourself a bowl of mac and cheese? And if you did, do you have enough to share with everyone? Just talking all things evil, residents, you know, things of that ilk.
Yo, check this out.
The blood marker? You mean this marker right here that's making this very tomato colored cape? Is that what you're talking about? I got you. Helping your mom. Okay, what else needs to be done? First of all, she's not that saturated.
1, 2, 3, break it down.
I know it's too bloody. That's part of the. A lot of the times, I'll do this. I'll do specifically a red, and it'll just look, or like a purple, and it'll look way too bloody, which is my own fault. But
2, 3, kick it.
let's put. Oh yeah, the hair. Let's just pencil that in where we think it's going to be before we apply a paint on the background.
One, two, three, break it down. One, two, three, kick it.
And you know what I think we'll do? So with the hair, we're actually going to copy the style of her hair, where we're not going to make any kind of gradients. Basically, we're just going to make it all purely black, and then we'll add highlights and a little bit of shape to identify that it's hair. And that's how we'll know it's hair. Other than that, we're going to copy the same style. We're going to use the same trick. We're just basically going to use silhouette. That's what it is.
One, two, three, kick it.
Markers don't have the bloody color. Well, you're probably just using the wrong combination. I started off with the pink, and then I layered the red on top. I mean, it looks okay. I actually don't like the bloodiness, but I guess you like it. If you do, then that's all right. I am using Copic. Yeah, I'm using the smaller, the Copic Chows, which are just the smaller versions of their sketch markers. The hair at the end, right. Jet Set Radio. Yeah, we've listened to some Jet Set Radio here. Breaking Bread. Yes. So this is what we're gonna do with the hair. Let me grab the black marker. Okay, and I think this one is still good. We're gonna find out.
One, two, three, break it down.
No, we're gonna have to use the big one. Well, you can still get the Ohuhus, the Copics, and a lot of the things coming out of Japan. Those are a little harder to track down these days. I'll be really careful with this just because this nib is so big. clumsy. It's just a little bit of practice, I think. You know, if there's a tool that can help you with your clumsiness, I would even say practice using your, if it helps, practice using your shoulder instead of your hand to move the pen. I found out that can be helpful in its own way. Oh, dang, we got ads in the middle of the... I don't think I've ever gotten that one. Man, I look way too overexposed. It's weird. Okay, that's a little bit better. There we go. It's really dark in here. Okay. Is that is it called like Mecha Chameleon or something? Is that what it is, Chance Ross? Mecha Chameleon or something? I've seen like no gameplay. In fact, what you just told me is more than what I knew about the actual game. Is it a... It's like, it's multiplayer, right? It's only $6? Chance draws. I know you have $6. I know you have the $6. Don't be like that. Oh, you don't got Chucky. He's been in the game for a while. Your worst addiction. I think you've said that here before. Chance draws. DVD. Fiending on the Jason DVD stuff right now. Mass reported. That's awesome, dude. Damn. Okay, let me get the airbrush set up. Give me 1 second, okay? Okay? Alright. Okay, so let's get a little bit of paint mixed up with this thing first and foremost. Camera looks okay. Plenty of light. Yeah, there's plenty of light. Maybe a little bit overexposed. What should we try? Purple with a little bit of. Let's just try a base purple for now. And then I think we'll switch over to a little bit of bluish, maybe. Hey, Saxon, what's up, man? Caught me doing a little bit of airbrush right now. You'll learn. You get to a little bit of learning, and these help too, man. Senex Savoya, what's up? Hope you've been doing well in the meantime. Just finishing up this. I don't know if you remember this one. We started this one last week for fun, so we're just finishing it right now. All right, let's add a little bit of blue. Another thing about these airbrushes is that sometimes you'll need, and the Warhammer guys know what I'm talking about, sometimes you need a little bit of a filter to filter out the crusties, the dry paint in here. Otherwise, that's good enough to clog up your airbrush, and that's not. This color would have been perfect if I want to do the whole thing. If I want to do the whole thing in airbrush, this would have been the color right here. Maybe I'll use some anyway. So it kind of matches her a little too much. It's pearl magenta. No, you're good, man. We're just trying to wrap this one up. If the brush will let me, I think I can. But... Oh, is that too loud? Oh, sorry. Oh, okay. I didn't know it was that loud. I didn't know it was that loud. 111. Yeah. It... Oh, hey, nice chat. See, it was $6. I knew you could stomach it. Okay, I turned up the air pressure. I think that's why you can hear it. Hey, expansions are. Thank you for hanging out, chatting, blabbing for a little bit. It's always fun talking art, gear, and everything in between. Catch me on the next one. Probably going to be Wednesday, but you have a good rest of your night. Hey, expansions are. Sounds good, man. Is this one done? This one might be done now. I left a lot of white space down here at the bottom. I don't feel like I need to color it necessarily. I don't know, like it's maybe if I wrote Princess Guinevere down here, I don't know, maybe it's something. I like practicing my lettering when I get to do that kind of shit, but it's not very often. It looks like a tiny bit. Looks like I gave her a little bit of freckles. The air pressure was just small enough, and the airbrush was kind of struggling tonight, and it got a little bit of spurt on her face. Sadly, it got a little bit of her face there, but not too bad at all, I don't think. Sign it? I don't know. Should I? Like, I'm thinking there's probably I don't know if it's a dead fandom. Maybe it is. But there's gotta be like some Princess Guinevere fan out there that's just been surviving on a drip feed, you know? And maybe this is exactly what they're looking for. I don't know. Yeah, it looks okay. Not bad. We never got to talk about comic book. We never. I got my. This is all the stuff that I got at the convention. But it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of late to talk about comic. I will say though, really excited about this thing. I was thinking about opening this on stream maybe. But I got this first volume Rye, and it's still sealed. The old Rye from Valiant Publishing. So it's from 1993 and it's still in the bag. And I got it for $3. They didn't want it. Oh, is it in the poly bag? Nice, man. Nice. I saw someone had a Hamilton slab, not at this con, but the last one. It made me think of you. But obviously, I don't think. I don't know. Can you get a? You can't get it graded in the poly bag. I don't know if you can or not. Huh. But I'm not sure if I ever noticed it in the poly bag. But this, well, like, you cannot. All right. See there, and even at this show, there was a CGC table over there. $400 just to get it graded. Excuse me, dude? No. Oh, well then it's not air sealed forever. No, I'm joking. Yeah, that's kind of rare because comics, if they have a hanger hole in them in the middle like that, depending on how many is on the rack, that can ruin the comic. Then the weight will eventually like do this with the comic, and then it'll just like be stuck in that shape. It's above the seal. Okay. But the reason this one is in a poly bag, obviously no hanger hole, it's because I don't know if you can see. Okay, but here is the volume. Yeah, I really don't think you can see unless I zoom in. Okay, you can see the staple right here. See that staple? And this took me a while to figure out. So it's bagged with a companion comic. It's the Rye Companion issue 0. Or 1, issue 1. So it comes with the first, 5 comics, and then it comes with the companion comic. That's why it's bagged like this. And it took me a while to figure that out because I was like flipping it back and forth, like what am I missing here? And then I finally saw that, oh, it comes with an extra floppy. I thought it was just the reverse side. Retro, if you take a picture of that, just post it in the chat so we can all gawk at it if you want. would be something like this. Would be something like this. Except maybe not a 1-for-1, like it would be via me and my art style, and then I would just put it right down right down here. I got this very cool Derek Chu cover for Captain Marvel Dark Tempest #1. Obviously, it's very like digital painterly, but it was $2, and I was like, why not? I already have so many of the Miss Marvel comic books, her older series. I figured this would be a nice kind of, I guess, book cover to all of those other ones that I already have. But it's Derek Chu. It looks good. Ooh, that's way too bright. Was able to procure this very nice, very early issue of Legion of Superheroes. It's 273. Legion of Superheroes 273. Not long after Superboy leaves the Legion, and it has, of course, its great Rich Buckler. You can see the name right there, Rich Buckler cover. And I thought it turned out pretty good. A Brainiac 5-centric cover, and why not? I don't have this one in particular. Put it in the chat, Retro. Can you put it in the chat? They're still wearing their 70s disco era outfit. Legion doing Legion stuff, kind of arguing amongst themselves and against the judge. I haven't even opened this one up yet. It's Brave and the Bold, issue 187, and I got it mainly because it features one of my favorite groups, the Metal Men, and they're asking, what happened to what's-her-name, which I believe is Nameless, would be the 7th robot in the group, Nameless, the 7th robot. I believe that's what they're getting at. Let's open it up and see what lies in real quick. Charlie Boatner, the writer, can't say I know too much about him, but Jim Aparo, very well known among the comic book scene at the then time. He had a very highly regarded run on Batman and Aquaman, and so he's probably just providing pencils for just this filler issue while he's working on presumably those other two books. This is June of 1982. So I think he was working on one of those two books at the time. He just decided to make a quick detour into Brave and the Bold to do this Metal Men. You sent it in chat, this chat, Retro, but I can pull it up. I can pull it up in the Discord. Oh, look at that. Look at that. A little bit of cartoon action coming from Jim Aparo, and it looks great. It looks great. Metalmen making a boat out of their bodies. That's pretty cool. No, yeah, it is. I've seen people do it. Or no, they send it. Oh no, they send it in Discord and then they post it in the chat. That's probably what I'm thinking of. But I've seen other people do that. What do you mean you can't do that? Okay, let me see. Ooh, the Discord looks a little bit busy tonight. I'll have to get back into this once I'm done streaming. I think you put it under comics. There you go. Yeah. Taking a quick look at this Hamilton Rangers #1. Let's get even closer. Well, if it ever was on the peg, it wasn't there very long. I mean, the polybag itself looks almost flat, like it wasn't there for very long, which is nice, you know. But it's sealed, right? Like, you can't open it. It's still sealed. I got it back to board. And I can tell you, I think you fold the flap over when you bag and board it, you know. So it's basically double plastic. Yeah, I got you, man. All right. You don't have a Transformers Volume 1 issue on that. I think that would probably be another one of your grails. Which I know someone who actually has a copy. The legendary Bill Sienkiewicz cover. Transformers 1. $40 raw. Actually, that doesn't sound that bad. A Star Wars #1. Nice. With the green Darth Vader. Provided by Howard Chaykin, the great Howard Chaykin on art duties there. All right. Enough gawking about the Rangers. Thank you for providing that, though. It's nice to have a little bit of a tokusatsu detour in here every now and then. We appreciate the tokusatsu. You do have a number one. All right. Maybe I forgot that. Transformers won, a Star Wars one, and a Rangers number one. All Grail level comics. Grail. All right. Well. Okay. Yeah, Amazing Fantasy 14. I know you do, man. Facsimile, yeah. I think, man, I don't even know if I have a facsimile of that. I know I've read a copy of it before, but I don't know if I have the facsimile of it. I know I've read it before, though. A damaged facsimile. Hey, there's nothing wrong. You still get to read it. No collector value, but it's cool to have. It's neat in its own way. Yeah. What do you mean? You couldn't afford the, like the $10,000 for a graded copy, for like a 4.0 graded copy? A 3.0 graded copy? Alright, anyway. I still have... No, I know, it's just like when you go to a show and they have a slab of something, they don't always go by the Overstreet guide. Sometimes they just go like what they think is fair, or they're willing to trade it for like other keys, 20K at 4.2. All right, nice. Damn, even at 4.2. I do got a couple other comics to show off, but it's okay that they can remain hidden until next stream. But I can't promise that I'm not going to open this one off stream. I think I have to open this one. I've been thinking about this one so much. The character I don't think I've ever read an old Valiant, right? So having this whole collection is really, really neat. I think it might even be a bad comic. A TMNT one by... Was issue 1... Geez, that wasn't... It wasn't First Comics that did the very first TMNT. It was a... who was that publisher? It was Mirage. Why couldn't I think about that? Mirage, yes, Mirage. Wallace Lovecraft, what's up, man? Yeah, I'm... Oh, I just got the alert. There was a goal made in the Algeria game. Jordan makes a goal on Algeria. Ooh. Oh, third printing. Even still, like, even having a third printing would be kind of cool. Yeah, if anything. Although for 750 for a third printing, damn. I'm gonna see if there's anyone I can hook up for a raid real quick. I feel like we got what we needed to get done. I'm really considering putting like a little bit of bottom text right down here. We'll talk a little bit more comics in the meantime. I'll let you know how maybe this Rye comic was. We'll talk more comics, maybe more Cowboys or Man-Thing or something. There's plenty to say. I spent the majority of this stream talking about just art stuff and getting the art actually done. We got to do a little bit of airbrushing, so it wasn't bad. Still successful. Oh yeah, do it, Retro. Yeah. And I wish I could raid someone who knew what this was, but I don't think anyone knows this stuff. I think it's largely forgotten, sadly. Let's check the we do J. Oh, he just ended. Never mind. I was just about to raid this guy and he ended. Damn. All right, give me another minute to find someone else I can raid. Dang, I haven't raided him in so long. It was gonna be nice. I know Brian's on. I want to see if there's an art homie I can hook up though. I might just hook up Brian. We'll see. I just need to take a quick peek at what some of the art people are doing real quick. I want to see if anyone's kind of scratching that artistic urge that is worthy of my raid. Let's see. Because I was going to raid an artist just now and then they ended stream. They didn't even raid, they just ended stream. I know I rated Brian. I rated Brian sometime last week or the week before. I usually like to spread the love a little bit. Don't feel like rating a furry artist. Okay.
Multitasking sure is up.
I might raid this fool. Give me a second. No, you're good, Retro. You're good, man. Brian's pretty cool. Very easy to talk to and get along with. Okay. This guy has a small stream going on, so we're gonna hook him up. Why is it being stubborn? Hold on. All right. Kalen V. We'll raid Lindy. Very small stream. He's doing a little bit of anime art. We haven't raided anime art in a while, but it doesn't look that bad. He's doing some Gachiakuda, which is pretty cool if you do know Gachiakuda. Retro, thank you for hanging out, and thank you for doing such a superb job modding. I appreciate that immensely. Thank you so much. And it's always nice talking Transformers, Rangers, Tokusatsu, all that stuff. Wallace Lovecraft, I know you were creeping in here in the very last moment. But I'm gonna catch you on the next one, okay, man? Wednesday. And for everyone else, thank you again for dropping by, seeing me get a little bit of art done, yapping a little bit about art stuff. We'll talk about more comics in the meantime later, hopefully Wednesday, but stay well in the meantime, right? Stay safe, stay well. Hopefully not too hot where you're at, too cold. Do the things that make you feel like yourself. Catch you later on the Discord key, people. Lux, I'll catch you on the next one, man. Thank you for sticking around. Yeah. I'll post it. You'll see it, man.